Randy a highly substantial sum of $50,000 as official hush money. He presented the offer as a mutually beneficial arrangement for all parties involved, while subtly implying that there would be severe legal consequences if they ever chose to publicly expose his administrative actions. Mr. Leahy and Randy, after a brief moment of quiet consultation, readily accepted the generous terms, correctly recognizing the unexpected financial windfall as a critical and timely opportunity to completely rebuild their shattered lives. They solemnly agreed to maintain absolute and permanent secrecy, firmly promising never to reveal the true fate of the confiscated money to anyone. Back at the bustling trailer park, Ricky was enthusiastically showcasing his newly constructed, multi-level outdoor living space to his friends. He proudly and meticulously detailed the various architectural features he had built entirely by himself, including a fully functional outdoor kitchen area, a highly comfortable sleeping quarter equipped with a modern flat-screen television, and a dedicated, easily accessible downstairs facility. He even excitedly highlighted a special, cozy sleeping area specifically designed for his young friend Mo to use during sleepovers. The impressive upper level boasted a spacious, structurally sound patio complete with comfortable reclining chairs, a powerful entertainment sound system, and custom ambient lighting that he had wired himself. He also demonstrated a highly innovative, albeit slightly unconventional, liquid waste disposal system that cleverly utilized natural gravity and a simple plastic hose mechanism to direct water away from the main living area. Corey and Jacob expressed their genuine, wide-eyed admiration for the intricate craftsmanship and the surprisingly luxurious atmosphere of the wooden deck. Ricky, momentarily basking in their glowing praise, quickly redirected the energetic conversation back to his impending, highly anticipated major announcement. He clearly recognized the urgent need for a truly spectacular and memorable presentation to properly compensate for his recent personal and agricultural setbacks. An intense brainstorming session immediately ensued among the three friends. Jacob creatively suggested launching a fabricated presidential campaign for Ricky, which Ricky quickly dismissed as far too implausible and difficult to maintain. The growing consensus among them was that the announcement required a truly grand, unforgettable entrance, perhaps involving loud, heavy machinery or a very large, highly exotic animal. The thrilling idea of procuring a rare snow tiger was briefly entertained but ultimately deemed far too impractical and dangerous due to severe logistical constraints and safety concerns. They realized they needed something truly magnificent yet reasonably accessible within their local region. The brilliant breakthrough finally arrived when someone tentatively suggested acquiring a large farm animal. The specific concept of a horse quickly materialized and was almost immediately embraced by all three as a genuine stroke of genius. It was universally agreed that a horse was majestic, highly surprising, and perfectly suited for a grand romantic gesture. Corey further elevated the ambitious plan by enthusiastically proposing that the magnificent horse should serve as an official engagement gift for Susan. Although Ricky had not explicitly planned to propose marriage on that specific day, the romantic idea of presenting an engagement horse was overwhelmingly appealing to his dramatic sensibilities. A brief suggestion to attach a decorative, conical element to the horse's head to create a simulated magical unicorn was deemed excessively eccentric and slightly ridiculous by Ricky, but the core, undeniable concept of the engagement horse remained the absolute centerpiece of the upcoming evening celebration. Meanwhile, Mr. Leahy and Randy were carefully strategizing their next financial and interpersonal moves. They openly acknowledged the lingering, uncomfortable tension with Julian and thoughtfully considered offering him a small portion of their newly acquired, secret wealth in a genuine effort to mend their broken fences. They logically reasoned that providing Julian with a significant sum of money could officially secure a lasting peace treaty and completely absolve them of any lingering guilt from their past transgressions. They solemnly agreed to maintain the utmost discretion regarding the actual source of the funds, vowing strictly to keep their binding pact with Officer Ted an absolute secret. Their intense financial conversation was momentarily paused as they turned their focus back to their immediate daily tasks within the park. Ricky, Corey, and Jacob struggled mightily to maneuver the large, majestic horse they had somehow managed to acquire. The beautiful animal proved to be highly stubborn, firmly refusing to move forward despite their collective, sweating efforts. Ricky loudly instructed Corey to pull the lead rope firmly while Jacob was tasked with pushing from behind, a slightly flawed strategy that quickly proved hazardous as the horse reacted defensively to the pressure, resulting in a minor but highly uncomfortable neck injury for poor Jacob. Ricky quickly apologized for the unfortunate incident but urgently urged them to persevere, feeling a growing mix of intense frustration and mild desperation as the scheduled time for the big party rapidly approached. Jacob, quietly nursing a sore neck and possibly slightly bruised ribs, tentatively suggested seeking professional medical attention, but Ricky quickly dismissed the severity of the minor injuries, insisting that time was of the absolute essence and the grand show simply must go on. As the highly anticipated party finally commenced, Bubbles was incredibly busy managing his successful beverage distribution operation. He expertly navigated the growing crowds with his custom-built mobile unit, cheerfully serving eager customers and carefully collecting funds. Donnie, a frequent and notoriously temperamental patron of the park, aggressively expressed his extreme dissatisfaction over a recent, highly confusing interaction with Ricky regarding some spilled gravel and a lingering culinary dispute involving fried chicken. Bubbles calmly attempted to de-escalate the tense situation by generously offering complimentary beverages to Donnie, sincerely hoping to soothe Donnie's highly volatile temper and maintain the peace. Thanks to Bubbles' diplomatic efforts, the overall atmosphere of the gathering remained highly festive despite the underlying interpersonal tensions. Julian formally confronted Mr. Leahy and Randy near the edge of the party, firmly demanding immediate financial restitution for the significant monetary losses he attributed directly to their past disruptive actions. He proposed a highly severe and long-term penalty, suggesting that he would actively garnish a very substantial portion of their future earnings indefinitely until the perceived debt was fully settled. Mr. Leahy and Randy, secretly armed with their hidden financial reserves, calmly attempted to negotiate a better deal, offering Julian a highly generous lump sum payment to settle the outstanding debt completely and immediately. They sincerely hoped this highly substantial offering would permanently pacify Julian and allow all of them to simply move forward peacefully without continuous, draining conflict. The absolute climax of the evening finally arrived as Ricky proudly took center stage to make his highly anticipated, mysterious announcement. He warmly thanked the gathered, murmuring crowd for their attendance and their continued support, heavily emphasizing the monumental and life-changing nature of the occasion. With a highly dramatic, sweeping flourish of his hands, he loudly instructed Corey and Jacob to reveal the grand surprise. The entire crowd gasped in unison as the beautiful, large horse was awkwardly brought forward into the light. Ricky proudly and loudly declared his pure intention to present the magnificent animal to Susan, the true love of his life, as a massive symbol of his unwavering devotion, culminating in a highly public and dramatic marriage proposal. The reaction from the crowd was decidedly mixed. Julian and Bubbles observed the bizarre spectacle with deep, genuine concern for their friend's well-being. Bubbles quickly approached Ricky, quietly questioning the overall wisdom of the grand proposal, given the highly volatile and argumentative nature of his relationship with Susan. He gently pointed out their frequent, loud arguments and logically suggested that a massive grand gesture like a horse was entirely unnecessary if pure love truly existed between them. Ricky defensively justified his romantic decision, expressing a deep, genuine belief that their highly passionate physical connection would easily overcome any of their minor interpersonal conflicts. He softly admitted that the horse might have been a slightly extravagant choice, but his underlying, pure intention was simply to demonstrate the sheer magnitude of his deep affection for her. The joyous situation rapidly and shockingly deteriorated with the sudden arrival of Susan. Instead of the tearful, joyous reaction Ricky had so eagerly anticipated, she immediately launched into a highly furious, very public tirade. She loudly accused him of severe infidelity and angrily claimed that he had transmitted a highly serious health condition to her. She publicly humiliated him in front of his friends, claiming his thoughtless actions had directly resulted in her recent eviction and had effectively ruined her entire life. Ricky vehemently and loudly denied